Whoa. Um, just wanted to talk about the show, the attitudes displayed, particularly the candidate that just pops in. I guess it was already there, but I'm not paying attention. Um, that person that looks like a woman, um, I can just tell because I know how to read people pretty darn good. My eye is open. That you want Donald. You don't want any of them. You don't want a leader. You don't want a leader, but um, none of them is a good choice. The one that is there that is saying, "Hey, we got this. Just so many more, much more money. Come to us." And the way that the attitude, I've seen it a lot up here, and it is stone cold. It's not human. It's cold hearted. We're heading into some heavy duty times um, because of this system that continues to want our attention and won't be able to get it. Um, Not when, if, like, see, it's generational value we're looking at. And when I say value, I mean what is being mined up to continue on with something worthwhile, maybe. It's just human. It's the potential of to become human, but it's the energy that's available through what? Well, um, I've been kind of talking about it. It's an expansive subject matter that, like, what is human and what isn't. See, we can say that the human being is the real energy. That's the draw. That's the thing that anybody visiting this universe would like to try and chow us down, especially if we're a baby, our endocrine gland or whatever that is, to feel what it's like to be human a little bit. And that might be happening as far as why we would have the massive amount of population just piling up and doing just this strangest thing. I don't want to get into it. See, what I've been looking at is that for sure you need to realize that you're driving across ruins and it's not uncovered yet. If you can imagine 10 feet underneath your house, there could be a sign of a whole other civilization that has existed there once. Just 10 feet, hardly. People discovering things in their backyard that's like all of a sudden it just opened up into a fucking 20,000 room cavern, a small city. Um, in some of the, like, if you see, we don't do it and we can't. I mean, who does it? See, it takes 40 years for people with just hammers and chisels to uncover a pyramid that, like the one in Bosnia, that they know for sure it's there and it's just covered like a mountain. And like, and it's been 40 years now, and they hardly got the grass to go off of it. It still grows, and they have to keep mining. And if you could imagine, hardly a generation knows. And that gets covered up too, babes. Do you even think on your own? I do. You need to blast that shit out of your mind and rub your eyes and then relook at everything with the mind of a child. They can tell you exactly what happened when they look at it. They say, oh no, that was melted down. A lot of heat would cause that. And if there's water, it cracks. And then things will blow apart. And then they threw a bunch of dirt on it. And then they planted a bunch of trees and they're covering things up. Yes. Who, Shauna? Who? You want to know if there's so-called aliens? No, there's extraterrestrials. There are creators of whole entire worlds cruising around up there because boy, you don't know the technology that they know and how cool they are. And what possibly could have gone on if we were to stick to the program of co-creating with creation. How about that? Like just harmonizing in such a way that it's like, no, we are capable of having these, I was going to say stations or platforms or realms where, yeah, no, it's interdimensional. You know, spaceships used to fly in and out of these places, land, take a breather, recharge, because why? Oh, we're just human, man. We're human, but we are far, more advanced than you could ever imagine because we are technologically advanced. Um, just yeah, we can plug in a certain way that's not so hijacking and intolerable and wrong. It's actually no, yeah, right on. Now you can take care of, say, it's just as erroneous, but real as the cartoon of where it's not a cartoon, it's real. In Japan, I think they're using lasers right now, special kind, to manage the forests. They cut branches. They're just turning it into an oasis. They're not letting it just around here in the United States. I could swear it's obvious that they don't want anybody touching the earth. They, like Donald Trump said, he says, nah, they're letting the forests overgrow and that's a dangerous situation. There could be more people, blah, 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 like that. And he says he has to present the truth like that on top of and, but these people, you want to watch out for them. And it's really the same people. And getting back to that subject matter, the woman that's saying things there, I know that tone of voice. I know that energy. I know it well. It's hasn't made the hair stand up on the back of my neck yet, but it's just as putrid as any cold-hearted fucking militant, goddamn non-human who gives a fuck. Just fall for the programming, file here and file there, and don't mind the bombs being dropped over there. Probably for the first time. See, the thing is yeah, everybody knows that they won't be able to go through with see, the next steps is just it's at all costs until the organism wakes up that they will see. I'm contemplating. Oh, I gotta get PayPal. I gotta get Vimeo. I gotta get all the cash apps because that's the way I'm gonna get fed. And my bills are gonna get paid. If that's all I want to do is just pay bills, halt. Same with you. With any of the money thing, it's like so throw that out. Really, but really, really, here's what it really is. You just want food. Because, we're just an organism here. Some of us have the potential to become human beings. I mean, we can feel, and that stomach feeling, man, when you start to starve, it is the worst feeling. I mean, yeah, it's gonna make you mentally ill. It's gonna break you down, right? It's going to, right? And you don't want that feeling. I mean, that is really what you're running for, if you remember. And that's why, see, they give you the image of the moneymaker guy or the greedy guy with just he's busting at the seams. His body is with this incapacity to satiate itself because it's never going to be enough somehow. And that's what they create, the money system. I mean, nobody's ever going to get there. It's always a limitation. But let me tell you, I'm just warning you, please. It's time to find out who are the people in your neighborhood. Start looking at each other. Start trying to, I'm not going to say tolerate each other, but try to understand each other. Try to make a breakthrough with each other, with yourself, with your ability to be present. Try to really make an effort to be present with somebody suffering, and if you can help it, be there, and then drop it off like a helicopter and step back and see what happens. Just see what happens because there's going to be a time. And I think it's going to be before the end of this year for sure because look at the way Pluto goes back into Capricorn. And it's the last grab. It's like the last chance. A lot of people are saying, oh my God, we can't do this again. This is the last time we're going to be fooled. And they're like, oh yeah? What are you going to do for food? Boom. Doesn't even really have to drop a bomb, but they have to cause an obvious emergency and blame it on somebody else and give you a solution for it. And that is ultimately just here. If you get online, we'll give you $2,000 right now. We're going to give you everything you need, really, all the bells and clicks and whistles, right? They're just going to start dishing out the right medicines and everything. But you have to be online, and by that time, you're still not thinking for yourself. You're just guided into them being they're forming a wall. You're being a brick in the wall, and we didn't come here to do that, folks. This is a better movie than that. You see, we don't write books out of your life who just surrenders like that and goes to the career backdrop system. No, nobody's writing really good, heartwarming, fucking spirit generating books or even movies on people that just go with the system. No, there's a single person sometimes, and it takes off their clothes and they're in a fucking cape, and it's just one that says "fuck you" and "ugh," and how about that story of Christ Jesus over there? Whatever happened to Luke Skywalker?